In school, an emotional challenge I had was staying calm and focused, although I did not want to be there. I always wanted to be at home because I just never liked school. So in class, if there were any assignments for me to complete, I'd always plan to do them at home, but I'd never actually do so. An emotional challenge I had outside of school was at home. I always would set a time for me to start working on the tasks. But the more work I had to do, the more irritated I was, so I would never start. I always chose to go on my phone rather than do work. An academic challenge of mine is submitting work on time. I always procrastinate and submit it sometime after the due date. Because of this, the work I owe in my classes would pile up and there would be so much for me to complete. However, I still made it by submitting nonstop work. As a result of these trials, I have demonstrated success by pushing through. Although there have been many instances where I've slacked off, I still managed to pull myself together and raise my grades. I have never given up because I knew I didn't want to go to summer school. I wanted to relax all summer. The steps I took were: Step 1, choose a deadline for me to submit my incomplete tasks by. Step 2, organize the work in the order I shall complete them. Step 3, isolate myself from any distractions, such as electronics. As you can see in the image, there is my mother, my sister, and myself. My mother has supported me by constantly reminding me when I have class or telling me to contact Marissa if I need any assistance since quarantine has begun. She would always ask me what classes do I have in order to keep track of my schedule. My sister has supported me by assisting me when I do projects and presentations. Whenever I need clarification, she never hesitated to look through the task and give me pointers. My advisor, Marissa, has supported me as well. She would give me advice on how to approach the teachers, raise my grades, making action plans, etc. She even checks up on me outside of school. Whenever I have a question, no matter the time, she responds. This is different from the support I've received in my previous school because although my family still attempted to keep track of my schoolwork and my sister would still help me with assignments, the staff of the school were horrible. They were unprofessional and never taught us students anything, especially my advisor. This is why at first I didn't want to contact Marissa because I thought it'd just be a waste of time, but in the end I was incorrect. I don't think I've expressed enough gratitude to those who support me. Because I like to be independent, if someone is constantly telling me to do schoolwork, be attentive in class, or discuss my grades with the teachers, I'd always brush them off and act like I know what I'm doing. Although their advice is extremely helpful and has gotten me a long way in school. Some ways I can express gratitude is not only expressing it verbally by saying thank you, but by presenting it to them by demonstrating my progress, by showing them I've been listening to them the whole time. I believe that's the best way to show gratitude. There is a quote that I always repeat to myself: work hard now and rest later. It's motivated me a lot, especially towards the end of the school year, because now is the time where I feel the laziest, since school is basically over. Sometimes I interpret this quote as work hard now to achieve the goals you've set for yourself, so later in the future you're living the life you wanted to live rather than a stressful one.